What we're saying is the idea is commonality. That story, the stories of all of these things. You can't just isolate and say, oh, the human origins is only as much as we find in archaeological remnants through our fossil remains here and there. 10 years later, or even tomorrow, you can find something and we totally turn our understanding of the origin of man. Isn't that how?
I was in Texas last week to go to Boca Chica to see the new Starship. Have you seen it? So it's 40 stories tall, and it's going to launch later this year. And that means we're going to go out into the solar system. We're probably going to have civilization. We'll become a spacefaring civilization, and if we go out and meet another alien intelligence and they have their idea of God,
I'm pretty much sure they won't have a different idea of God. Shall I tell you why?
Why?
Because, no, when I say not different idea, they can have different ideas of God, just like we have in our
But what if their idea of God contradicts, and he has a rule that contradicts your idea?
Even one planet Earth, there are many different belief systems with many different deities in place within the belief system. Some of them says, you know what, I am a three-in-one God. And some says,
they added their own tales, legendary tales to it.
We have these differences in belief within one planet Earth. So this
does the Quran make any reference to other planetary species?
Yeah. The Quran says God is the one who's created the heaven and the earth, and he spread living beings, dabba, across them, and he has the power to gather them together if he so wishes.
Do you expect there are aliens?
Well, I don't expect. Living beings or living entities can be in other parts of our cosmos. It is not something that is surprising to us in any way, because God is the creator
and they don't
of
have
all
to
of them.
look like you in order for you to accept them. What if they arrive here and they want to kill us all?
He says, وَلَهُ أَسْلَمَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Islam and Islam, you must understand that. Unfortunately, Islam in Arabic, let me explain to you something. We say musallama. It comes Islam, you submit, you believe in one God, and then you submit to him because he's the most knowing, he's your creator. So you submit to him, so you believe in him. It's not a hard factual. You could see the effect of what he's done. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I can explain, he sent one religion, which is Islam. First prophet was Noah. Last, our prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. All these prophets, all of them said, we are, and the people who follow them, Muslim. The followers of Muhammad are mu'min. Allah has called us so many times mu'min, because we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we believe in the last message, which has all the knowledge, all the mathematical things you can imagine. It's in the book of Allah, the Quran. Everything is there.
So if we go out into space and we come across an alien intelligence that actually wants to murder us and annihilate us because it sees us as a competitor,
Would
that convince you that, and let's say they had their God,
What's the problem?
and that they said about annihilating us. Let's say that they
It
have
doesn't establish their God is true. It doesn't
exactly.
or diminish the veracity of
why would God, as you understand, why would he tolerate that if you are
free will?
So free will. So if a three-legged dinosaur race from the Betelgeuse galaxy creates an armada and destroys all humans and burns every Quran, you just accept it. You'll fight against it, obviously, but if you're overpowered...
I don't understand the relevance of this question at all.
Because
if you have a civilization elsewhere, it still will be the creation of God. And they may have the correct belief, or they may have the embellished, the corrupted belief like we have on planet Earth. So the question rather should be asking is there a creator of our universe?
That's what we discussed.
We have long chat.
You cannot escape the conclusion that there is a creator.
Actually, I can't. Because I don't see why there should need to.
If something exists now, can there be any time in the past where there's nothing?
That's fine. That's fine.
Finding out from soon.
I'm gonna go soon. I have to pray Asr in like 10 minutes.
matter and antimatter appearing spontaneously has nothing.
Most Darwinist people
Brother, just one
become
second.
Muslims now.
Brother, this is not Darwinism.
No,
So,
this is
That's not Darwinism.
No, let's talk about, this is physics.
Particle physics.
Are you
Darwinism
saying
comes from
particle
something.
physics?
I'm not saying because I'm not qualified. I am an engineer.
In your understanding,
In my extremely tenuous understanding, my understanding is the mathematics demonstrates that spontaneous.
No, it doesn't.
not.
Absolutely not.
Are you a cutting-edge mathematician?
In my understanding of my limited understanding that you have.
Okay, so we're
it is-
two blind men in a room with
Right.
You're holding the trunk in
But I'm more
and
than
I'm
willing.
holding its back right leg.
I am more than willing to have a debate with a mathematician, with a professor of astrophysics or physics.
Okay, you're a braver man than I am.
No. So I had a not a discussion. I questioned Professor Lawrence Krauss. You know who he is? Yeah.
Oh, he is a deceiver.
You know, the universe from nothing, and he admits it's nothing is something. So the fact that we say something pops into existence in and out, they don't tell you the mechanism. It is not there was total absence of everything.
Isn't the whole idea of quantum and the whole basis of the electronic industry that something can jump from one quantum to another?
Not from nothingness to nothing.
Not from nothingness.
My question is this. If something exists now, like we are something, your bike is something, can there be in the past where there was absolute nothingness?
I've got a great idea. Let's get all of the great Muslim scholars, all of the great Christian scholars, and all the great
You're
Buddhist
not
scholars.
really addressing the question.
No.
Forget the scholars. In our discussion,
hold on a second.
you are someone very knowledgeable as an engineer.
I'm relatively
engineer.
relatively less ignorant.
You are an engineer. You have studied. You are an accomplished individual in your profession. So am I in my profession. Pharmacy.
Okay.
Right. So within our respective fields, we know exactly what we are dealing with. We're not just blindly following things and doing things. We do things on a basis, on a model of understandings of science and reality. Yeah? So based on our understanding of reality, either there was absolute nothingness at one point from which something came, or there was something always. My question is, if we are something now, can there be absolute nothingness in the past ever? And what I mean by absolute nothingness is not the nothing of Lawrence Krauss.
It's the
Because
absence
his
of
nothing
something.
is something. Quantum fluctuation is something, it's not nothing. My nothingness is absence of energy, quanta, fluctuation, quantum fields, everything. Whether it's hadron, lepton, boson, neutron, antineutron, all of them. So can there be a time in the past, because time, there is passage of time, we accept that. There was yesterday to us, now we're today, and it's going fast. Right?
We know the gravity affects time.
So,
The greater the gravitational time slows, the greater the gravitational pull.
But the time,
What about if time just stopped because of an infinite gravity?
can there be, in our loose understanding of time, whether you subscribe to A theory or B theory, doesn't matter. In our understanding of time, can there be, in our past, there was absolute nothingness as I described?
Well, I'm clearly not qualified to answer.
The answer is no, it cannot be. You don't need to be qualified.
Well, with the greatest respect,
You don't need to be qualified.
I'm very...
This is a philosophical nothing, not a scientific nothing.
Okay, but again...
Shall I tell you why the distinction I'm making?
Let me give you a response. So I'm not qualified either philosophically or from the point of view of mathematics or quantum physics.
Common sense?
Well, let me go with those. Common sense is the philosophy of the barbarian.
So you think?
Sorry?
You think the people who use common sense?
There's no one here who doesn't think they've got more than their fair share of common sense.
So do you use your common
Everybody
sense?
thinks they've
Do you use your common sense every day?
I do, but everybody
Yeah,
thinks...
so why don't we-
You're not a barbarian.
Everybody thinks that they have got more than their fair share, right? Everybody is completely
Let's use our
convinced.
common sense, what we have.
Okay, common sense is the day-to-day experience. But if we weren't going on common sense, there would be no electronic industry. Because common sense can't tell you about quantum physics. It's a different discipline.
Common sense can tell you cannot get something from nothing.
Exactly.
Common sense tells
You
you.
don't need a professor of PhD.
Well, common sense can tell you that. But common sense can also tell you
Can it be
there are
wrong?
no such
No,
thing
that common sense.
as quantum of
No,
electricity.
that common sense, can it be wrong? Yeah. Okay, so let's understand. So that means energy, which is something, can come from nothingness.
Energy and mass are interchangeable.
Yes. So mass and energy, which is interchangeable, can come from nothingness.
From my very limited understanding, that
Can energy be created or destroyed?
within the context of the universe, there is a conservation of energy.
And it's only conservation.
Right. So can we initiate energy from nothing?
I don't know.
Use your common sense.
I don't know. My common sense is designed for walking around, bicycling, chatting, with, using my little meat sticks to type an email. But
You use common sense for everyday use, so you know what you eat, what you drive, what you ride. But when it comes
cross
to
the road.
fundamental understanding of reality, you think common sense shouldn't be used. Look, I have a wallet. I have a wallet in my... Can I give you an example?
you just asked me 5 questions.
I didn't ask you. One question. Can something come from nothingness?
I'm saying that
You can get close to the loo.
I'll just ignore.
This is a common theme occurring to individuals who may not be using common sense.
right, all I was going to suggest was it would be very good. It would be very good if we could get
Yeah, I've got to go.
well-meaning people from all sides to explore this philosophical question.
You can record. I'm going.
Emerge from which theory of life.
So yeah, I've got to break Asim, man. Sorry, man. I've got to break Asim.
No cash, no card, no checks, nothing, no money. And I have no friends, no one to borrow money from. Can I give you 5 quid? Can I give you £5?
You could actually create credit. Yeah. There's an entire Islamic credit system built on that very
So
idea.
now I can give you £5. There you go. When I have nothing to give you from.
What you can do, as you know, there's a Islamic transmission system that predates the formal banking system.
But we're not talking about.
So yes, you can create. You can.
Can I give you money when I don't have it?
What, physical money?
I can't create it.
You
Money.
You can create money. Is basically a balance sheet. It's a database. It's a database. Money is a database. At the end of the day, it's a pluses and
So now,
minuses.
I want to give you some money so you can buy some milk from a superstore, right? So I want to give you the money. Whatever that money is going to buy you a milk.
Sorry.
What are all these things?
Oh, just a mic.
How many are there?
That's it.
So if I don't have any money, how can I give you money?
Well, you can create. You can
I
create.
can't create it.
Well, fiat money is
Because I don't have
created
it.
every single day.
Well, I don't have it. I can't create it.
What is your definition of money? Are you talking about pieces of paper?
That's the problem. And even I want to give you some examples of common sense. You make it so difficult. I am saying
But you're
something.
full of certainty, and I'm full of uncertainty.
Are you certain about your uncertainty?
Yes, I'm certain I'm uncertain. I have a high.
Are you making sense?
I have a high degree. I have a high because it's all probability.
How can you be certain of your uncertainty?
Because it's a percentage probability.
You are saying you are certain.
Yeah, but certain is a language term. It doesn't mean it's 100%. It means more likely than not, I am convinced that life is provisional, life is uncertain, life is confusing, life is complex, beyond comprehension.
Do you understand?
And we
the
make
concept of
heuristics about walking around and eating.
Let's go
and
to.
these are all simplifications.
Let's go to the core subject. Do you understand the description I gave about the philosophical nothing, which is the absence of everything?
Yes, I understand.
Can this nothing, which is the absence of everything,
And when I say I
make
understand,
something?
I'm using a common way of saying yes,
I
broadly
understand.
speaking.
I
Yes.
understand.
Okay.
Using the same common understanding. So can this nothing originate something?
From my, again, limited experience and understanding of the maths, the quantum physics, the particle physics, then it's my very limited understanding that yes, these things can emerge.
No, you can't. Not from
Okay,
quantum physics.
but that's
Not from physics and quantum
okay.
physics.
I'm not qualified to say.
Quantum physics, this is something that you should go and explore further. Explore and widen your understanding of quantum physics, which is your field.
Yeah.
And we do likewise. Quantum physics, there's quantum fields from which particles walk in and out of it, so from the fields. It's not from nothingness. No scientists would make that mistake and say it is absolutely nothing.
Well, it's not in the realm of chemistry. It's not in the realm of biology.
It's not nothingness.
It's in the realm of.
You can ask
It's in the realm.
Send him a
It's
Twitter
in the realm of mathematics and philosophy primarily.
Yeah, No scientist, I'm telling you, no, you can go and ask them, challenge them. No scientist today will tell you that when they say particles pop in and out of existence, it comes out from nothingness. There's a quantum field. That's something.
And my answer to your colleague earlier was, for me, what success would look like is that we get better questions. That there's an idea of quantum entanglement. Electrons form together now on different sides of the universe, can pass information between them at faster than the speed of light. 10 years ago, that thought was inconceivable, and yet today it's at the very cutting edge.
Our knowledge expands.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, we were talking about the creator or originator of this cosmos. Either this universe always existed or it didn't.
This universe.
Our universe, the cosmos.
But this could be just one of millions, billions,
No
trillions,
problem.
depending on